Before we jump in, a warning that we are an explicit book podcast.
Yes, that means swearing, shitty jokes, and a whole lot of dark humour that some may take offence to.
Please check your trigger warnings on all of the books we cover.
You've been warned.
The episode starts in 3, 2, 1.
A book and a bear.
Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of A Book and a Bev. We are your hosts, Ellie, Briony and Georgia, and put a cowboy hat on my head and call me a buckle bunny because today we are starting our coverage of what could possibly be our favourite spicy rom-com series. That's right, even me.
Oh yeah.
Who am I right now? Thanks to Elsie Silver, we will now be spending the next month of our lives at the Wishing Well Ranch with the Eaton boys as we take on all 4, soon to be 5, glorious books in this series. Strap in. This is like Yellowstone cross McLeod's Daughters cross porn. Just take your fucking pick. We're starting with Flawless, so you're in for a treat.
It's so fucking good.
What are we drinking?
So I am drinking a Cowboy butterscotch liqueur with whipped cream.
Oh my
reasons.
God. Your asshole is going to be on fire.
It's mixed with a coffee, by the way. So we've got a butterscotch liqueur with a coffee with whipped cream.
She's just gone for the trifecta. I wish I had your dedication and energy, but I don't. And for that reason alone, it's again Red Bull for a shocking surprise.
Hey, look, he's a bull rider. It works.
Oh my God, he is.
I'm on antibiotics at the moment, so I'm drinking vanilla Coke. And I've also got a cowboy hat on.
Yeah, but I'm wearing a shirt that says Yeehaw and it has a cowboy hat on it. George has got a cowboy hat on. Ellie, next week you're up.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to.
Prepare for cowboy-related costumes for the next 4 episodes, FYI.
All right, well, let's start with book 1. Tell us your thoughts.
Well, what do you call this, love? But a smash hit. This book was addictive. It got me over my Hawthwing hyperfixation and strangely healed some of my trauma over cowboys. For those playing at home, in 2009-ish, I dated a self-appointed suburban cowboy who traumatized me by looking like Chad Kruger from Nickelback by adding cowboy boots and a belt buckle that he gave me for my anniversary.
Oh, hang on. No, we need to unpack this. Okay. 2009, how old are you?
I'm in year 9 in high school.
Far out. Self-appointed cowboy. Did he live on a farm?
No suburbs. Suburban self-appointed cowboy. He did not have a horse. He did not have land. He did not have a truck. He did not have anything associated other than the intent to be a cowboy. He would wear cowboy boots. He got me a belt buckle with our initials on it for our anniversary. This is also the fucker who told me I was possessed, FYI.
He's also religious.
He was homophobic. He was racist. Why did I date him? We don't know. Apparently he kind of was hot at once. He was like an albino Taylor Lautner during my Twilight days. There's a lot
but with a cowboy hat.
But with a cowboy hat.
I am so concerned for your mental state at the time.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of questions about that time. And you would think that given I was so young, like it wouldn't make such a dent. But that's the reason I went to therapy, that relationship.
I have another question. I mean, I obviously care for your mental health, but more importantly, did he ever become a cowboy?
I think at one stage he actually did like cattle driving in the Australian outback, but now he lives in America.
Oh my God.
So from that, I have a lot of trauma, especially when it comes to the Western genre. And so Elsie Silver really, really healed me here.
Oh my God. I'm sorry for laughing, but I mean, I've heard a lot of stories about this boyfriend, but I never pieced him all together as a religious homophobic cowboy, but and with racist. No land and racist. Good.
Wow.
Add that in, but also no cows.
No reason to be associated with a cowboy other than the wish to be.
Fuck me.
This book series, honestly, yeah, it did some healing for me, and I'm sure we will unpack this more at inopportune moments. Regardless, this series had family trauma, a strong FMC, a bad boy MMC, and dirty talk that could kill a fucking child. And your point of view, say less. Honestly, the book speaks for itself. It's flawless.
Oh, I see what you've done there.
Thank you for the delay.
Well, I really don't like rom-coms at all. We all know this about me. They're too happy. There's too much sunshine. But this book, we had familiar trauma. Hello. Tense Sport watching. I love that. Banter. Even better. And some like really spicy scenes. Like the dirty talk made me blush. Like the fluster I felt. Oh my God. He could kill a child with that mouth. Agreed. 100% agreed.
Yes.
But I loved it all. You know, you guys have said that this book is the weakest of the bunch, and it was fucking good. I adored all of the characters and relationships, especially the text exchanges between like Summer's dad and everyone. It was just so good. What I didn't enjoy, Summer and Winter. What in the actual fuck? No. Kip, I mean, your name's also weird, but just no. Although this does bring me to a Vanderpump Rules reference. So Sheena, VPROG, if you will, she had a baby a few years ago with her Australian now husband, and they called her Summer. Turns out that baby daddy has another family in Australia and an older daughter called Winter.
Oh
yes.
my God.
That happened in real life. He's like, do you know what? I'm going to leave this family and start a new family in a different continent with a different season. Anyway, that was my contribution. Carry on.
I want everyone to take a moment of pause for our Lord and Saviour, Elsie Silver. And for Briony's trauma. Now, we have a dual POV, cowboys, frenemies to lovers, forced proximity, grumpy sunshine, and touch her and you die.
Oh, so good.
Absolutely fucking filthy. This book is seriously the beginning of one of my favorite romance series of all time. I love cowboys and I love Rhett Eaton. The dynamic of the relationship between like Rhett's family and Summer's family and like Summer's traumatic history and everything in between, it was just so good and I loved it. And as we've said, for me, this one is like the weaker one out of the whole series and I'm just so fucking excited to continue on our journey.
All right, so we do have characters for you all, starting with Summer Hamilton, our FMC and aspiring athlete, agent or PR handler, possibly groomed during a traumatic adolescent event, but nonetheless, she is taking the bull by the horns, or at least the bull rider. Then we have Rhett Eaton, our MMC, and bull riding bad boy, embodiment of he's a dick, but what a dick he has. And yes, he is just a big, beautiful man with a tiny protective brain, and I'm okay with it, to be quite frank.
The definition of the perfect himbo. 1, pure of heart. 2, broad of chest. 3, dumb of ass.
Yes, if that is not Rhett Eaton.
And Rhett is a himbo, whereas the dickhead cowboy is a himbecile. So they're different.
They are.
Very much so. Well, he's not used to caring about anyone else because he's the baby boy of the family.
Wouldn't it just be delicious if someone he thought he had figured out just surprised him and got under his skin?
Willa, FMC bestie, an absolute life of the party, red hair energy. I love her, adore her. Kip Hamilton, accomplished businessman, daddy, probably needs to be on a health diet at the moment because he's just made some inappropriate choices. Winter Hamilton, the sister season to Summer. She's ice cold as her name would suggest. And then the Eatons. We have Harvey, aka my favourite, aka how bad are my daddy issues because do we want to fuck our grandpa? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
I would fuck everyone in this family.
You only live once. Okay, Kate Eaton, dark and broody, older brother, hands off his wine bitches, okay?
My
brother. My brother, okay? Oh, Eaton. He's a loudmouth and he's in the military. He's the middle child. He does have middle child energy. That comes across quite clear. Jasper, not to be confused with Jasper Cullen, although he is just as quiet. A hockey-playing foster brother. Oh my God, he could really be Jasper Cullen minus the hockey.
Yeah, if you just played baseball instead.
Wow. And then we have Violet, who is an accomplished jockey, so she must be quite tiny, and she is the baby sister. We don't know much about her other than she's apparently got a really awesome husband. She's quite small and he's quite large. I enjoy that. They also have lots of children. I don't enjoy the children, but I enjoy the making of the children.
Yeah, we enjoy the making of the children. Fill me up.
So, getting straight into the book, we meet our girl Summer Hamilton. She's the daughter of Kip Hamilton, the owner of Hamilton Elite Kip Hamilton is the agent for a professional bull rider called Rhett Eaton, who has just ruined his biggest brand deal with a milk producer by saying on live TV that he hates milk. And I can relate to this because I also hate milk. Rhett Eaton is the ideal rough and rugged cowboy, and people are fucking pissed that he doesn't like milk. Summer is working for Hamilton Elite and used to have like a giant crush on Rhett when she was younger, and her dad decides that she is getting sent to be a babysitter for Rhett. During the first few, couple chapters, we get a lot of understanding of how the relationship between Kip and Summer differs from the relationship between Kip and Winter. I just think it's very important in future books how this dynamic works. Obviously, Summer hasn't had a mother figure, and Winter kind of doesn't really have a father figure.
Yeah, look, it's just kind of fucked up, to be quite frank. Either abort the child or divorce the wife is my opinion on the way that should have worked, because you've fucked up the upbringing of two children, and you've also fucked them up for life with their names.
Seriously. He's cheated on the wife with the nanny. So you either leave the wife for the nanny or you leave your husband because he's cheated on you.
Yes. And they've stayed for how old, Summer? 25?
Yeah.
25 fucking years.
The weirdest game of chicken where they're like, who's going to leave first? Not me.
What's the series with Delilah and Astrid?
I don't know if it's actually got a series name, but the Ashley Herring Blake series.
Yes, that series. The dynamic between Astrid and Delilah, siblings that were growing up that as adults hate each other, that to me felt a lot more believable and realistic than we've all lived in the same house and yet we all hate each other. And yet Winter secretly does love you and you love her, but you just can't communicate because your mum's a cunt and your dad doesn't have the balls to leave her.
Yeah, it was weird. I picture books all the time where I am the main character, but I find it really hard to relate when people have these types of relationships where one of their parents is just like, no, fuck you. Yeah, I find it really hard because I am privileged. But then there's fucked up people out there, So.
There are, but how fucked up do you have to be to take it out on the kid? To put all of that hatred into that child is completely fucked up.
There's
weird.
So much in that scenario that is just crazy.
Moving right along, Rhett and Kip have a hilarious partnership and I really enjoy their banter. We meet Violet, Rhett's sister, and she's really fine with Rhett's career choice and the rest of his family definitely are fucking not. Rhett ends up going to Hamilton Elite to discuss his current situation. He meets Summer. Rhett's really pissed off with himself because he obviously has lost the sponsorship, and Summer is just really fucking not impressed. She's sitting there all prim and proper and is just scoffing. Kip is surprise, Summer is now going to be your bestie for the next 2 months. Teehee. Nothing can go wrong.
She lives in your house now.
So we end up meeting Willa, Summer's best friend. Willa is sad that Summer's leaving to go to the ranch, but Willa wants Summer to fuck the cowboy, which we all agree with that statement.
Love your work, Willa.
Mm-hmm. Summer is absolutely fucking not. And we also get this little quick reference in here of a man named Rob, and we already hate him.
Mm-hmm.
Dishonor on Rob's and dishonor on his cow, even though he doesn't have a cow. He's not on the ranch.
Has intentions of being a cowboy but lives in the suburbs.
Summer gets to Wishingwell Ranch and she already loves it there. And Rhett is unimpressed. He is despising the fact that she is there as his babysitter. He is I fucking hate my life. In this moment, Summer meets Harvey, Rhett's dad, and he is so sweet and he's so funny. We love him.
I love him so much.
And we get some more Kip and Rhett banter. So Rhett says, think of all the time you'll save her if you call her back now. Kip says, no. Rhett, please. Kip, don't try to be polite. It doesn't suit you. Rhett, suck a dick. Kip, how do you think I'm keeping all of your sponsors? Stop it. We meet Cade, the fucking grumpy older brother, and I need his fucking sunshine ASAP.
I will do anything to be here, sunshine.
I thought I made it clear that he was my brother. So
he's your brother. Yeah, absolutely. He's your brother.
No, out of the brothers, he is mine.
He's your brother? Okay.
Look, I'd still fuck him if he was. Is that not?
Rhett keeps getting distracted because Summer is in jeans, and me too. She purposely doesn't tell Cade why she's properly here because she doesn't want Rhett Rhett to be embarrassed. Bless her. Rhett keeps watching Summer love the scenery of the ranch, and he reminds himself that they aren't fucking friends. And you're fucking right. You're not fucking friends.
You're not friends.
Rhett's mother is dead. Sad.
True, though.
Yeah.
To be fair, we don't even know the woman's name in this book, so we can't really form that much of an
True.
emotional connection.
True. Oh well, sad.
Let's get back to the hot cowboys.
Let's get back to what's important here. So he ends up explaining the general scoring action so she knows what's happening when they get on the road. She sees his love for the sport, and when they are settling down for the night, they draw a line in the sand, which is separate rooms. And that is not on my watch. Not in this household.
In this household, you burn your brother.
Yes,
And
indeed.
maybe your grandpa.
So we get this quote. Rhett says, "Your dad made it seem like you were going to put me on a leash." And Summer says, "Only if you're into that kind of thing."
I'm so
Okay.
proud of her to have the quick retort. I'm like,
I know, I could never.
She's so good in the banter friendship
Oh.
way, but then when it's sexual, she's like, oh wow.
he's like, tell me what you want. She's like,
I would like a toasted sandwich, please. We meet Bo. He's the third brother, and he's in the military. And he is so fucking sweet. We also love him, along with everyone else in this book. And Summer, compares how different their family life is to how hers was. And we end up learning Summer's mantra in this little moment, which is, if this was my last moment alive, how would I want it to be?
hey, that's because she had that heart problem and nearly died.
Yeah.
What about that?
Yeah, so did I.
She's got the scar on her chest. He's like, what's that? She's like, oh, that time I was dead.
When I actually literally died like this. Rhett opens Summer's car door when they go down to the pub for a feed. And he also, when they're walking, moves her to the non-road side of his body as they walk to the bar. And this made me physically clench my vagina.
Wow.
When they get into the bar, however, he ditches her. And Summer ends up going to sit with Bo, and Jasper is there. And Jasper is the boys' foster brother. He's also a professional ice hockey player. Bo, Jasper, and Summer end up sending all of these incredibly milky cocktails over to Rhett while he's sitting with this group of buckle bunnies as a joke, and it's very tee-hee ha-ha. They end up leaving the bar, and Rhett is actually in pain because he hurt his shoulder with all the bull riding that he does, and he's not doing very well. But he is not ready for retirement yet, he says. No sirree. Summer and him meet again in the kitchen. So they've gone to bed, and then they're up in the middle of the night while everyone else is asleep. They end up having a moment where Rhett notices Summer's scar on her chest, and they decide that they're going to just call it truce and they're going to just be friends,
Yeah, friends.
Summer is a gym gal, and we love that for her. Go queen. It's not for me personally, but love that for you. Rhett is sad, and he's basically losing all of his sponsors. They end up having this moment where Summer opens up about her sickness when she was a teenager. She tells him about her mantra and tells him the whole situation regarding the milk is fucking stupid. Thank God someone said it, because milk fucking sucks. And it's very funny and very cute. She turns around as she's leaving. She sees Rhett is checking out her ass. She's like, yeah, you look at this ass as I walk away. We fucking love it.
I really do.
Summer offers to help Rhett in the gym because strong girl, but girl, G-U-R-L, and then tings, T-I-N-G-S, tings. Yeah.
Girl.
Slay. Rhett can't stop staring at her, and he's in fucking struggle town, especially when she starts doing hip thrusts. And again, same. Summer makes him a specialized workout, and Rhett almost dies, not just because of the hip thrust movement, but also because, his shoulder, all that kind of stuff. But Rhett realizes in this moment that he has his first gym crush. Rhett and our girl go away for the bull riding tournaments. It begins, and Summer is really stressed watching Rhett. We hear of Emmett and Theo, who are fellow bull rider associates, if you will. Emmett is a cunt, and Theo is his protege. Rhett also calls Summer a princess. Ellie probably dies because she hates pet names, but I love this.
I don't mind it in this book, to be fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can accept it here.
I just love it because like it's a term of like playful banter between these two, and he calls her princess because he thinks that she's well off and dresses like a princess, so it's okay, and I love it.
I love it too.
Rhett gets a good score in his bull riding tournament, but people aren't cheering for him because of the milk situation, and how dare he. So Summer whistles so damn loud, and then they make eye contact and they smile at each other, and I fucking die. We get this moment where Summer meets him backstage. He ends up saying to her, "Welcome to the wild side, princess." And that, I love it. That summarizes this book for me. Rhett's shoulder is injured worse during his ride, and they end up getting back to the hotel and have separate rooms, of course, but Summer offers Rhett a massage. They end up having some like sexy banter about his cock and how he can't fuck if he's injured, and I was like, oh my God. The gasp. She's clutching her pearls. Rhett is scared to figure out who he is without bull riding, though, so he feels like he can't quit. And Summer wants to help him because she doesn't want him to stop doing what he loves. And we love a supportive girl. But Rhett is getting really bothered by this massage. Summer says that she's just doing her job, and Rhett is so stressed at that comment that we get this. "You were incredible tonight. You should be very proud of yourself." She says it as she walks out, not looking me in the eye, which is fine because she'd see how much it bothers me that she's just doing her job. Because it does bother me, and I can't put my finger on why. The worst part is, it doesn't bother me enough to stop me from limping over to the bathroom and fucking my hand thinking about her cherry lips the minute she shuts the door. Oh, Rhett! Eden!
It's the dual POVs.
Yeah,
I know.
That's what
it's
makes
like,
it.
she's like, it's fine. He hates me, and he's like, I really don't.
I need to fuck my hand right now.
So when Summer gives Rhett his morning massage the next day, we learn that her hotel room does not have working heating. Oh no, I slipped
Oh,
step
dear.
right.
Oh my God.
Why are they related still?
You started this, Ellie. Look, again, I would fuck every single person in this book. It's the Briony go round all over again. As they spend more time together, there's this moment where she nearly buys herself some chaps, but she doesn't due to the price. And just note that for later. Just put that, note that. Yeah. In the locker room, the designated dickhead of the book, Emma, asks Rhett about Summer and, if she's available, and we do not like this at all. We're not fans. It is not approved. Rhett spots Summer in the stands and she's invested. Her reaction to him doing well and winning is also not part of her job description. And they're laughing and being friendly after the show when Emma makes a comment about Rhett fucking buckle bunnies, and it puts Summer back into professional mode. She's like, whoa, remember, I cannot just let myself be casual with this man. Rhett is eager to tell her, that's not him, at least not anymore. And that's fine, but we get to the good shit, aka cold hotel room.
Ooh.
Summer's just trying to grin and bear it, and then Rob calls her because he saw her on TV at the rodeo cheering for Rhett, which is super weird. When sport is happening, I'm not zooming in on the grandstand to be like, is that bitch? But apparently he is. Super weird. But then Rhett knocks on her door and cannot stand how cold it is because she's just so cold and she's all rubbed up, and he's like, no, of course we have to share rooms for temperature reasons, no other reasons.
None.
They basically make a deal that if she has dinner with him, then he will do whatever she wants him to do in prep for the next 2 weeks, which leads to the literal sauce on the face moment. And I just want to say thank you, Elsie Silver, for this. The quote we get is, he leaned close. When his gentle fingers cupped the bottom of my chin, his thumb hovers over the cleft there, like he's questioning touching me at all. When the pad of his thumb brushes just beneath my lower lip, it's feather light. It makes the hair on my arm stand on end and my eyes flutter shut. But he doesn't stop, doesn't hesitate. His thumb caresses over my top lip, a strangled groan catching in the back of his throat. My breathing becomes more labored, and when I catch sight of the expression on his face, I'm panting. The way he's looking at me, it's not polite. It's primal. Gasp.
Panting?
No regrets. Is whipped cream all over my face.
No regrets.
And I wish it was something else. So Summer quickly goes back. I don't know what these books have done to me, and I take no responsibility for them.
Well, you just want cum all over your face now. It's changed you a lot.
It really has. It's healing. So Summer quickly goes back to professional mode, but then they need to sleep, and obviously they try not to, but it ends with them sharing the bed.
Oh my gosh.
And as they try to ease the awkwardness of the moment, moment, they decide to discuss their absentee and or dead mothers.
What is foreplay if not discussing dead parents?
Hey! So, turns out Summer, like we've said earlier, her mum was the nanny, so stepmom and her sister Winter are like not on board with her because of stupid reasons that don't make any logical sense. That's fine. They end up falling asleep, cuddling in bed to keep warm. Of course, this means that they cuddle more in sleep, and when Rhett wakes up with morning wood, personally saluting Summer. Hi, sir. Hi. Big Summer, blow out my back. Once
Oh my god. Fuck me.
Once they are back home, Rhett is like trying to be cool with Summer while Summer is being professional. Summer is with Rhett at the hospital for some MRIs when Winter, aka Ice Queen's sister, appears. And like it's an aptly frosty encounter, especially when Winter says that Summer had Rhett on her bedroom wall for a long ass time. Summer is mortified, and although Rhett is like going to have fun with this, he doesn't like that Winter just said something to hurt her and makes Winter uncomfy in return, which we love. Only I can make fun of the person I love. You can't.
Yeah.
As they leave the hospital, fucking Rob's car is there. And turns out Rob would have had to seek out clips of the last rodeo to know that Summer was there. Like, it wasn't just on Channel 7 at 7 p.m. at night. Like, he had to seek that shit out, which means he's keeping tabs on where she is. Basically, to try and send a clear message, Rhett offers to kiss her, and she agrees. Thank you, Elsie Silver. The quote we get is, "Tingles shoot out like electricity. Like every bristled point that touches me sends a spark dancing, twirling across my skin, singeing every nerve ending. His hands are possessive on my body, pulling me tight against him almost aggressively while cradling my skull so delicately and kissing me so carefully. He lights me up, he burns me down, and I bask in his heat."
Light me on fire.
Yeah, I'd bask in that heat too.
Absolutely. It works, and Rob is dissuaded from making an appearance, but otherwise now they're trying to act like that kiss was not world-changing, which, I love it when this happens. It's like, yeah, I'm absolutely fine. Just ignore my raging boner. As they drive home, Summer admits that Rob was her heart surgeon who looked after her as a teenager, aka groomed her, and then ditched her for her age-appropriate sister. And Winter has no idea this occurred. No one knows. Rhett agrees to keep her secret, but like he's not happy about it, which, yeah, that's like an uncomfy situation to be in.
Yeah, not good.
I understand why he can't keep his cool in that situation. That's
Absolutely.
a lot.
That's a lot.
That is towing the line of illegal.
Yeah. So while Summer is at a staff meeting, Rhett and his brothers spend some time bonding and TPing a tractor from a neighbour's property. His brothers ride off to avoid being caught by the neighbours, and like he's stuck walking back when Summer appears. On horseback, no less, to scold him, but she also came to help him if he needed it. And he's like, oh my god, you had my back? What? They ride back together, but he makes a comment that pushes her too hard, and so she gets off the horse and walks back alone. Brett waits for her, and then after she has talked about struggling to be perfect and to do a good job, he just like hugs her and holds her. Oh, they're so close, and she is like, don't look at me like that. But he scoops her up and is like, tell me what you want, Summer. Our lips are so close, facing off in some sort of game without even touching. If this were your last moment on earth, what would you want me to do?
Oh, yes.
Oh, Summer is too proud to do that and says he needs to find someone else to play this game with. But Rhett is like, well, you're it for me, so that's awkward. The next event is here and things are still heating up. And again, quotes, who's surprised? Not me. Quote we get is, with everyone around me screaming his name and cheering for him, someone who's been theirs for over a decade now, he feels like mine because he's staring at me.
Oh.
Howdy, partner.
Howdy doody.
I love that he can just like pinpoint her in the crowd during the most like stressful times. And yeah, our partners when they're playing football, do you think they would make a cursory glance at us?
No.
Absolutely not. After the ride, Summer goes to find Rhett, but sees a girl talking to him and immediately makes bad decisions and decides to go to the bar with Emmett, aka the imbecile. So Rhett and Theo are also at the bar, and Rhett is jealous as fuck, especially when Summer is riding a mechanical bull in tight jeans.
Oh, we're at the wool shed again. And have either of you been on the bull at the wool shed?
No, because
it
it
always
sucks.
looks too sticky.
I think a lot of like just bare vagina has touched that bull.
No. Okay. But then Summer puts Emmett's hat on her head.
Ooh.
Whoops. She doesn't know the rules. She does not. Rhett is off because obviously, again, reiterating, Summer does not know the rules. And Emmett's like about to do a body shot off of Summer's tits. So she demands that Rhett does it instead. If he's going to interrupt her having a good time, get between his titties. There is also now like a can of whipped cream coming out, and essentially Rhett licks the whipped cream off of her chest while doing the shot from between her tits, all in the name of, I thought you didn't like dairy products. Weird flex, but okay.
Oh my god. That's his new ad. Someone's just taken like a video of it.
Yeah, look, I would buy dairy products for that. Rhett drags her out of the bar after this and explains the whole ride the cowboy rule, and they go back to the hotel, but the tension is obviously building.
Oh my god.
They are at the hotel room doors when Summer takes his hat and puts it on her head. He is like, obviously, I am obsessed with you, but also let me spray whipped cream in your mouth and make you swallow it. Summer is like, I would like to make a formal request for you to ruin me. Thank you, sir. And the quote we get is, I'm about fucking done being a gentleman with you. And the only thing I'm ruining you for is anyone else.
Oh my god.
Yes.
It's so good. It's on. Rhett is like, we got all night, honey, and I really want to make you as obsessed with me as I am with you. Turns out, Rhett is all about the dirty talk. So just like tab that shit right up there. He is going down on her, which has never happened to her before.
Ooh.
And we get this. That's a crime, Summer. A terrible shame. It seems I have some wrongs to right, and I'm not even sad about it. Do you know why? And Summer's like, why? And Rhett's like, because if this were my last moment on earth, that's how I'd want to go. Head between these pretty little thighs, your pussy on my tongue.
Oh, fucking God, Jeebus, if you're there.
Jeebus, turn around, get in the corner. Don't look at me right now.
Another moment of silence for our Lord and Saviour, Elsie Silver.
Elsie Silver. Yeah, thank you.
She's taking the hat off.
Thank you, Elsie, for this. So, Rhett going down on Summer is an out-of-body experience, apparently, so I'm happy for her and I'm not at all jealous. Of course, he has a big dick, which is, like, good for him, and now they're fucking. Rhett keeps edging Summer and alternating between, like, fucking her with his dick, his fingers, his tongue, while trying to get her to admit that she wants him and only him, and when she does, they just fuck the night away.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Goodness gracious me.
So, like all good first times, we awake with a text from our daddy. Rhett tells Kip that Summer almost killed him, and that's kind of pushing it for the father-son-in-law relationship, but you know, that's fine. Summer immediately starts working through what happened, and she's like putting it all down to a one-night stand, and Rhett's going, no, this is going to happen again, repeatedly.
We can't stop.
Miley Cyrus.
I relate a lot to Summer's character. She is an overthinking people pleaser, so it's not really that hard. But as Rhett is getting ready for his next competition, she is stressing, which I'm there with you, babe. I am there with you. And it's also understandable because apparently the US professional circuit in this ridiculous sport averages around like 1 to 2 deaths annually. I mean, this book's in Canada, so slightly different, but still, I mean, it's not great odds. Not great odds. So she's got a fair reason to worry, really, but Rhett just wants that stupid gold buckle and can't see the good thing right in front of him because he is a man and man must win in a very sexy caveman cowboy way. So we forgive him.
Man
Caveman cowboy.
must win.
That was like a Gollum voice.
Well, he kind of has that mindset with the buckle.
Yeah.
I mean, cowboys and their buckles, right? What are you going to do? So Rhett sends Summer some dirty messages before his competition, and my God, this man makes me blush. I could not cope.
This whole series is just like cardiac arrest.
Theo ends up winning this round, and Rhett is all proud and chuffed, and Summer is deep breathing through it all and all the stress when Rhett bargains his way into the bath with her afterwards because this man is cunt struck. Now, fun fact, cunt struck is a phrase the former VP of Australia's Fair Work Commission used in a televised interview, aka Four Corners, about the corruption he had with a union rep he was having an affair with.
He used the word construct
on a TV, live TV.
So they said to him, what caused you to do this? Like, you've ruined your reputation, your career, all of it's gone to waste. Why? And he goes, I was cunt struck.
The host's like, yeah.
The ABC had those big legal battles about airing that because they aired it on a Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. and they're like, can you use the word cunt on the Australian broadcasting channel? Apparently
oh my God, the fucking children.
So we have misogynists and we have cunt struck. That's all you need to know about Australia.
Scale I'd like to be on.
I love cunts.
Okay. Anyway, Rhett washes her hair and then they have sexy banter. And Summer overthinks some more and has some realizations about her fucked up family. She's just having a whole time. And then he massages her, like full body, let me pamper you kind of a massage. And like he's the one that just got off riding a bull. So, I mean, role reversal. Here we go.
He got off, like he was standing on the bull.
He
He's just
did.
like,
Remember that time he was standing on a
Honourable.
cow's back, shitting on them? He's
yeah.
taken it to a whole new level.
He
oh
has.
my God.
He has. Wow. Okay. He then starts playing dot to dot with the freckles on her back. And it is very cute. So it's all very cute, and that is until her ex calls. And Rhett takes this as the perfect moment to tickle Summer's thighs with his beard as he provides her with cunnilingus during conversation. So conversational cunnilingus, if you will. She's starting to breathe hard and she's weirdly moaning, which just imagine if you're on the phone and you're like, what is going on?
And he somehow hasn't figured it out. He's like, wow, you like out of breath?
Yeah, so she's trying to still talk to him. And he warns her to be careful with men like Rhett, to which Summer replies, men like what, Rob? And he goes, you know, Summer, not like us. Uneducated, unruly, just a different breed. And you know that this is a man that wears a scarf with a sweater. I'm just going to say that now. Summer goes, you know what he is, Rob? He's the breed that's man enough to eat pussy. And as she says that, she orgasms and she screams Rhett's name.
It's so good.
My jaw was on the floor. Oh my God. Imagine on the phone with your ex-boyfriend while another man is making you come and you're screaming his name.
Absolutely deplorable.
Thank you.
And I love it.
In the best way.
Okay, so now we're back at family dinner. So that's a sharp turn away.
Wow.
Rhett and Summer are pretending that they aren't screwing each other's brains out, which is going swimmingly. And Bo, being the shit stirrer that he is, declares he wants to dance with Summer before he has to deploy. Rhett, being the caveman that he is, doesn't take too well to that. And this is when Harvey comes in with just like an eye-watering beautiful quote, which is, it never mattered whose eyes were on your mum because her eyes were always on me until she closed them forever.
Oh my goodness. Until she slayed the
Sad,
day away.
remember? That she did. Right, we're dancing now. It's fun. Summer tells Rhett about her friendship with Willa. Hello, foreshadowing. They make out on the dance floor like a couple of teenagers, and all of the jealous bitches, all of the buckle bunnies who are like glaring at them, they all have to just go back to just depressingly staring at their drinks again. So
Suck shit,
fuck you.
bitches.
Rhett gives Summer a present, the chaps that she first tried on. He
I want you to
remembered.
note that.
But all I can think about is, are they arseless?
Yeah,
I
yeah, they're
hope so.
asses.
They are? Okay, that's what I thought. I was
Because
like, I'm
I'm
not
fairly
sure.
sure she wears them while they're fucking next.
So she does like a little naked fashion show for him, and he tells her that pretty princesses belong on their knees.
Oh,
Clutches
oh my
boots.
God.
And then it happens. Unprotected coitus. Immediately, I assume pregnancy and or chlamydia. That
God.
it's fine. We get another screaming orgasm though, and I am left wondering if Harvey is just, like making spaghetti downstairs in the kitchen, just like, oh, okay.
He had like how many boys? He knows. He knows.
He knows.
So Rhett's next competition is back in the city. So he, Summer, and mysterious Jasper Cullen meet up for dinner. But we're interrupted when Sister Season calls to inform her that Kip has had a heart attack.
God damn it, Kip.
She sounds like a fucking robot with like absolute zero emotion, and Summer just about loses it when she finds out it happened a few hours ago and Winter has waited to tell her, which doesn't actually sound as big of a deal because it's kind of like, well, she probably can't call you as he's being wheeled in because I need to assess the situation, but that's
I don't know if she was the doctor on Kip. I feel like that would be a conflict.
No, that would be a conflict. Yes, you're quite right. But anyway, Rhett takes her straight to hospital where they meet Winter and Summer delivers her protagonist monologue. She's all, I am a love child and you hate me and I only have my dad and your mum is a cunt and so are you. It's quite a lot. It's glorious, really. Then none other than Rob walks in. It turns out Summer left out the fact that Rob went on to marry her sister, Season.
Oh dear God.
Rhett just implodes like the submarine. And he just...
I mean, fuck up those millionaires,
Look,
what
we
use
all
do we
make our
have for them
choices.
here? Except for marrying them when they're old and decrepit and will die.
Exactly right. Take their money and run. Anyway, he drops the bomb in front of everyone that Rob groomed Summer while she was his teenage patient. So, of course, Rob is mad at Summer for this development and tells her she should have kept her mouth shut. Rhett's having none of that. He's saying, not today, sir. He says, talk to her like that again and I'll fucking bury you. And trust me, you won't be missed. and then he just punches him square in the face. It's just...
That, oh, no. I can't. Feral.
Glorious.
Absolutely filthy for that. Clenching. Again, she's fully clenched.
Exactly right. Everything is clenched. But Summer doesn't agree with us in this moment. She's in no mood for his protective bullshit and sends him to the naughty corner, which, I mean, fair enough. She's been through a lot today. We'll give her a pass. But her poor dad has had a heart attack, learnt his youngest daughter was groomed by the predatory piece of shit that went on to marry his other daughter, and is putting two and two together that Rhett and Summer are most definitely fucking. So he's just having a time. He's realizing things like Kylie Jenner.
Oh my god.
It's just a lot. He's the seventh Kardashian. Anyway, Summer gets another monologue with her cunty evil stepmother, which is glorious. But then she discovers Rhett is still in the waiting room because she sent him away and he's still here because he feels so bad. But we do get our first fight here. He thought he was protecting her, and she, quite rightly, reminds him that in his blind rage, he literally told her entire family her biggest secret, ruining her sister's marriage, and had no other thoughts in his tiny male little brain about the impact of his actions on her.
Not wrong.
Not wrong. But also, it was very fucking hot.
It was.
So-
It was absolutely fucking deplorably hot, but not wrong.
I don't know if I'd be mad in the moment. I kind of would feel like relieved that everyone knew and that I didn't tell anyone.
Yeah,
But-
I don't know. Summer feels like she must hold everything together, I think. And I think the guilt that she's going to feel for the possibility of that secret ruining her sister's marriage, that's
Yeah.
it. For her, that's like, well, it doesn't matter about me. Poor
Bless her
little
cotton
sausage.
socks, and she was fucking put in that position by a man.
Oh,
Evil.
scum.
Next chapter, we start with a text message exchange between the sister seasons, and we discover Winter is with child. Which I wonder, will she name it autumn or snow? Who knows? She won't because the child dies. Anyway, no.
They call
The
it
child-
Robert. It
didn't
did,
she miscarry?
yeah, it did. But its name was Rob. Rob is such a dickhead that he would call his own
Oh.
unborn fetus Rob.
Rob.
Rob Jr. Rob. You've left us for too long, Briony.
Oh my god, what
This happens
happened?
every time.
I don't actually
Yeah.
know how we got here.
Yes, will she name her Autumn or Snow or Rob? Anyway, said child's father is a lying predatory cunt, so things aren't looking too great for Winter. No, sirree,
No.
they are not. Not with a name like that. Meanwhile, Rhett is groveling, and Summer, she's just not having it. She's seeing red. We are seeing, what was the colour of lust again?
Magenta, I think.
Get up
Alright
in
then.
magenta.
From here on out, I'm just going to try and turn random words into, like, innuendo.
Yeah.
Magenta. She's angry. Okay. But you know what she does have? An uncomfortable conversation with her dad about her sexual escapades with the cowboy, which is great. Kip is A-okay with this development because it turns out he kind of played matchmaker between them, which is odd. I mean, there's an 8-ish year age gap. He knew that she had a huge crush on him. And, like, was dad just helping a girl out with a little wingman action? Or is this like a pseudo-arranged marriage type situation? I'm here for it, regardless. They end up watching Rhett's competition, and they watch as Theo takes his turn and gets thrown by the bull and knocked unconscious, and then Rhett dives on top of him to protect him, and then he takes the full blow from the bull.
Oh, sweetheart.
But Rhett is an idiot. He's fine, but he is an idiot. He's sitting in the waiting room of a hospital while Theo is being looked at, and he basically can't move because he's broken, like, all of his ribs. And he's like, I'm fine, I can't breathe and I can't move, but I'm fine.
Babe, you're
No.
not. You're really not.
But seeing how much fear Summer is in after this whole bull ride thing, Rhett decides to distance himself in order to protect her. Which, haven't you learnt your lesson, Rhett? She does not need protecting, you big, beautiful moron.
You big himbo.
But now he's back at the ranch, and we get this moment between him and Cade, which to me is fucking perfection. He tells him that Summer is the best thing to ever happen to him. And then we have like a little bit of a backstory, which, oh my God. He says, you're so busy running around being a showboat rodeo boy that you don't even realize what you've got. You think we all pick on you for riding bulls because we're just being dicks? It's because we love you. You don't remember when Mum died, but I do. I was there. I watched our dad hold her while she bled out.
Oh my god, I can't wait for next book.
Cade, you've
The
got a lot of trauma. Let me
Hey.
help you. Let me
Oh my
help
god,
you
you're
with that.
broken.
Then Cade goes on to say something very fucking relatable to anyone who is a parent. And he says, what they don't tell you is that you'll never spend another day of your life without worrying about another person. You'll never completely relax again because that person you created will always be on your mind. You'll wonder where they are, what they're doing, and if they're okay. And oh my God, Cade, like, you have just fucking eloquently put exactly what parenthood is like. Add in a little bit of anxiety and control issues and you've just got the trifecta. Cade asks Rhett when it will be enough for him, and Rhett tells him he doesn't know. And I just go to therapy, okay? Cade tells him he needs to figure out what he loves and make it his life. And yes, thank you for speaking sense to this very sexy cowboy, because he bloody needs it. But guess what? He realizes he loves summer. The season, not the person. He just wants to frolic in the fields during summer. Anyway, Summer is still ignoring him, and she has just been fired by her dad after a similar speech that he gave her, because it turns out she too isn't being fulfilled in her life pathway, which common ground. She doesn't know what she wants, but her dad is giving her the freedom to work it out. Because she's like, I need to carry on the family line. And he's like,
nah,
you mean
bro,
this
you don't.
shit pile? Like, I just did this for funsies. Like, go and live your life. And bless you, kid. Bless you. You named your children fucked up names, but you're trying. Summer is processing her sudden life change when Rhett appears in her office. He delivers this line: tell me what to do, Summer. Tell me, and I'll do it. Was I unclear before? Because I want to be crystal clear now. I love you. I loved you the moment you walked into that boardroom and smirked at me like you knew something I didn't. It bothered me and I couldn't stop thinking about it, wanting to know what you know. I fixated on it, but I think I was just fixated on you.
I'm dead. Cause of death. This.
But the beautiful, stupid man follows it up with, but I'm still writing this weekend, so psych.
Fucking himbo.
Summer is like, yeah, sure. Good to know where your priorities are and that they have not changed, so good. But things for her change because Willa takes her out for a boozy brunch where all life problems are solved.
Absolutely.
And in this moment, Willa cements herself as one of my favorite characters ever by delivering like Oprah level life advice. And she basically just makes Summer realize that she loves Rhett and immediately books them flights to go to the grand finale of bull riding. Not sure what that's called. Probably not the grand finale.
Also, they greet each other with Summer motorboating with his tits. And I think that is a great part of a friendship.
Yay, titties!
Beautiful. So let's set the romantic scene here. He's about to ride out on the bull. He looks up to the crowd. He sees the love of his life cheering him on in the stands. He dismounts and starts running in slow motion toward her. She's looking around trying to find him, confused about what's happening, and he peers behind her. They make out. She tells him she loves him. He puts his hat on her head and it's flawless.
Oh. Smash.
Slay.
Okay, 30-second summary of the epilogue. Here we go. Lovers have built a home on the ranch. Rhett discovers there are career options outside of riding bulls, aka he now teaches other people how to ride bulls. Took him a while to get there, but here we are. Summer opens her own gym where she trains professional athletes, which I'm sure there are a lot of in a small country town. Good on you, Summer. They have sex a lot. She's probably got a UTI brewing. It's good.
Absolutely.
He proposes to her by writing it out on her back with a marker, not in cum, in case you were wondering.
Oh,
and
damn.
it's happily ever after. That's the end. They're beautifully engaged.
I love
beautiful house.
I
Beautiful
love it.
jobs.
It's flawless.
I have no specific book reference for you because these books have their own playlists. So if you're interested,
Super handy.
head on and check that out. I'm not going to tell you what they are because that would be too easy for you. Life's
Yeah,
hard to figure out.
we like to make it
Life's
difficult.
hard to figure it out. There's no fan art
Yes.
either.
Okay, well, that's it. We are going to be covering, obviously, the next book in the Chestnut Springs series, which is Heartless, which is the story of Cade and Willa. Nanny,
favorite
Grumpy Sunshine. It's all happening.
Single dad.
I die. But anyway, yes, we love you and goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube if you haven't already at A Book and a Bev podcast. Please rate, like, and subscribe. We hear that helps. We love and appreciate you, and we'll see you next week.